Oh my god, your poor dad.
Welcome back to Your Poor Dad. You can't choose your sisters, but you can choose your podcast. So thank you for joining us and being the fourth Brant sister.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
And being the fourth Brant sister.
Yeah. And also, this is just a reminder that we are always looking for more sisters. So if you'd like to bring in some stepsisters and share the show, we would greatly appreciate it.
Share the shit.
Share the shit with your sisters.
Sure. As Jade would say with her Invisalign in, share the shit with your sisters.
I took my Invisalign out for you guys because I've noticed that a lot of people have been making fun of me for my lisp. And one of them is my sister.
I'm probably at the top of the list.
The top of the list. But you know, we just want to welcome you guys back for another amazing show. We are the number one sister show in the world that is based in Austin. So thank you for coming back.
Oh,
again.
you know what? And that's just facts.
That is facts.
Thank you for spitting facts today.
Yeah. And if you guys haven't noticed, one of us is in a grumpy mood, and it's not me for once.
For once.
Well, it sure as shit ain't me.
Well, honey, you're doing a good job. You're carrying the team on your back. Does your back hurt?
You know, my back does hurt a little bit. It's because I was carrying you on my shoulders.
She's carrying this damn show on her shoulders. But Bailey, can we get you something?
How the hell are you?
I'm doing fine.
Do you want us to do a little dance?
Oh no,
pep
that's
talk?
not gonna help me.
Okay.
It's not going to help.
Yeah.
What's gonna help me is you not asking me if this is what I'm gonna look like right when we're sitting down to record.
Only,
Ooh.
yeah. I asked Bailey. I said, "Are you gonna wear that shirt?"
Well, I mean, that's the shirt you chose.
I know it's notorious.
That was intentional.
I did this on purpose.
Right. That's what I'm saying. She did that on purpose too.
Yeah.
And do you want to know something else? She stitched that rainbow with her own two hands.
And here's the thing about Your Poor Dad is that we are here to show inclusivity. So that's just a sign.
So
of
you're
that.
including the ugly sister this week?
Yeah.
Thank you.
And her rainbow.
And my rainbow.
She made me a matching top.
That's cute.
It's in my closet.
That's cute. Maybe we should start doing merch.
Merch.
I get a
Merch
word
from
on
Lurch.
Lurch is merch.
Lurch is merch.
So how's your guys' week been?
Okay. Can I start?
Yes.
Okay.
Please,
let me
by all
start because
means.
guys, let me just crack these knuckles. Let me tell you,
Somebody turn me down.
Oh no.
And I'm turning myself back.
there's
up.
no snare in my headphones.
I'm back.
Oh, hot girl's back. Okay.
Go.
So I'm really proud of myself because
We love self-confidence.
a couple days ago.
Okay.
So let me tell you the full story first. So Friday night, I believe it was, had a couple drinks, and then I'm doing the dishes. Somehow a little shot glass got stuck in the garbage disposal. I didn't know. Turned on the garbage disposal. Tale as old as time. I break it, right?
Right.
So
It wasn't just any shot glass. It was
it
Bailey's
was Bailey's
21.
21st birthday shot glass.
Bailey's 21, bitches. That
Yeah.
mom made me.
Sorry. Obviously wasn't intentional, but so I call our poor dad and he tells me about this little switch that's underneath the garbage disposal. I think everything's great. It wasn't because the next day nothing's working. So I tried to call our poor dad again, but guess what? He didn't answer. Did that stop me? No. What I did was I went on the good old trusty Google and I said, how do I fix a garbage disposal? There was a video, and guess what? I fixed that damn thing all by myself. I grabbed my Allen wrench. I had to make sure it was the right size, and I manually rotated those little blades, got the glass that was stuck, and I fixed that effing garbage disposal all by myself. And then I called Dad again.
Okay. How long is this story?
Well, I'll
Just keep going.
I'll wrap the story up because while Paige is doing this, I'm like, wow, this you're doing great. And she was like, hey, would you hand me a knife from over there? And I was like, sure, I will. And then she was like, you know what? Dad never answered. And I said, you don't need Dad. You are Dad.
You are Dad.
I'm
proud of you.
Fixing
Thank
the
you.
garbage disposal, drinking a Miller Lite, and using Dad's little jokes.
I have one more update.
Okay, tell me.
It's not garbage disposal related.
Okay. What is it?
So I told you guys I was trying to get back on the horse.
Yeah. How's that going?
I matched with some people.
Did you saddle up?
Not really, because I matched with some people, and this is why I'm having a rough time, because you need to listen to this exchange. Hi, Paige. I'm going to be honest with you. You're my second match on here, so I feel like Ricky Bobby and not sure what to do with my hands. Next message he sends. So I'll start with a dad joke. Taylor Swift recently got her lab results. Turns out she has bad blood.
That's funny.
So I respond.
Because you have Taylor Swift in your profile.
Yeah, the Taylor Swift part of it all was fine. Like, that wasn't bad.
Okay.
But then I said, well, I guess if I'm not first, I'm last. With a little peace sign emoji.
Okay.
And then the response, oh, snap. Looks like vibe check results came back. Passed with flying colors. Check mark. Are those your pups in both of the pics?
Wait, you know who he sounds like?
What he looks like.
He sounds like the Shermanator. Vibe checks came back.
Like, I was so...
From American Pie.
Click on the... Yeah.
That's his musical talent. That's actually good. You would match with this guy.
That guy would say that.
Yeah.
So anyways, I was so
He has a golden.
offended by those cringy messages. I was like, I have to tell him that vibe checks came back and he did not pass.
But you didn't say anything to him.
Because Bailey and Styx told me
It's not
to
worth it. Like, who
And I
cares?
didn't.
You just unmatch and move on.
I just was offended that someone had the audacity to be that cringy.
You know what I think you need?
Tell me what I need.
I think you just need to go on like a couple good dates.
I just have to match with the right person
Get
first.
on a good dating app.
which is
Zate.
Zate. Zate is an Austin-based dating app. And you're an Austin-based girly.
So the only way I'm going to find love is through Zate.
Yeah, because Zate is about what you do, not who you do. And I think you are a very particular person.
I think-
And you have a particular needs. So it'd be nice for you to go on Zate because then you can actually see what people are about. Like the guys can say, hey, I want to go to this place. And you're like, hey, I'm a girl that likes to go to this place. And then you guys can match and go on a date. And you already have one thing in common. You don't have to keep doing this like whole vibe check and like doing weird conversation. It kind of cuts the weird conversation to a minimum.
Right. You're
So
right.
Everyone
Look,
download Zate. And
when you're right, you're right.
we all need friends. I especially need friends.
Well, I went on Zate Platonic and someone was interested in me.
it was me.
I know.
And we matched. And we're going to go to the farmer's market. But you didn't respond back to me.
Oh, didn't I?
You didn't.
Oh, I
So,
got
yeah.
cold feet.
You should. Zate also has an as friends portion of their app now. And so you can get on there and find friends the same way you could find a dating partner doing experiences. But now, what?
A dating partner. I just have a friendship
So
partner.
now, I think, what's mine? The Mueller, or was that yours?
No, yours was meet up at the market. I don't remember what
Oh, mine
was.
is the Mueller farmer's market on Sunday. So that's our Zate that we're going on. And so I want to find friends who have like similar interests. And Bailey and I both love to cook. So that's why we matched on Zate. And I hope that I find other friends that aren't my sisters.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Bailey,
What?
What's
what's up with you?
What crawled up your ass and died?
I've been pretty
What cat?
busy this week. Thank you for asking for your politeness and stuff. The thing that has been bothering me this week, if I may say so myself.
Is it me?
Say it all.
No, it's me.
Oh, okay.
The thing that I did that hurt me this week.
What did you do to hurt yourself?
I was like, okay, I'm just gonna wax my eyebrows. This is gonna be great. I'm getting these all these blonde hairs are accumulating in a way that I can't pluck them properly. So I was like, I'm just gonna wax them all off. This is fine. And then I told Paige I was gonna go wax my eyebrows, and she said, "Oh, you're gonna wax your upper lip?" And I was like,
It's from the show.
I know.
From the movie.
but I don't wax my upper lip. And then on a whim, I decided I was going to. And I have
Wax
a nice pimply mustache.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Well, if it makes
It's a
you
tale
feel
as old
better,
as time.
Just shave it.
I can't.
Get the
That's
little
what I
tinkle
do.
Get the little tinkle razors and shave it.
That's what I do,
Tinkle?
but I
Yeah.
cut the wax strip too big, and I was like, oh, it can't fit on my eyebrow. It can fit on my lip.
Okay, well, if it makes you feel better, I'm sitting right next to you and I can't see your little pimples, so they must be really small.
Microscopic.
I feel like it's gonna make me have like a Homer Simpson upper lip. Like it's really thickening this bitch up here. But you know, that's just what's been on my mind this week.
That's just life.
That is
Yeah.
life. Say love you.
You know,
Say
and one
lovey.
time I was in middle school or maybe freshman year of high school and I shaved my arms. Why? I have no idea. Probably because you used to do it. But I shaved my arms and mom said, you shouldn't do that. They're going to grow back black and coarse. And I waited for those hairs to grow back, terrified. And guess what? They came back
fine.
normal.
Mom's
I'm
dramatic.
not waiting for the hairs to grow back. I
Mom-
don't miss them. That's not the upsetting thing about waxing my lip.
No, I know, but when they do eventually come back, like I don't think they're going to. You're not going to be Homer Simpson.
That's not what she's worried about. You know
Well,
what
it's-
mom
I've
is
calluses.
so annoying about is that I was like the last one of my friends that shaved their legs.
Well, Bailey probably wasn't. I was. That's why I did it on my own without asking.
Same.
I never addressed it. I
Yeah, Bailey
did
just
it.
like did what she wanted.
Must be nice. Okay,
Yeah.
let's go to my update.
Okay. Hey Jade, what have you been doing this week?
Well, thank you for asking. I've actually had a really good week, and I just feel like I'm in a really good mental headspace right now, which is nice.
Brag.
We always love that, so not to brag, but
I'm so happy for you.
thank you.
You're welcome.
And
Can you tell us what that's like?
it's peaceful.
Nice.
It feels like the old Jade, because like Jade generally is in a good mood.
Is she?
So, well, sometimes she's not. But when she's in a bad mood, it's like she just doesn't like being sad.
Okay.
Anger is fun. Yeah, that's a comforting emotion.
Okay.
Anyways, what was I saying?
How happy you were. You're having the best week.
I'm like thinking about everyone who's wronged me. I'm like, anger. No, I'm going to Palm Springs this weekend. I'm going to Orange County, and then I'm gonna go to Palm Springs, and then I'm going to like visit all my little girlfriends, and
yeah, we're gonna watch your son.
and they're watching my son. Thank you very much.
Hopefully, everyone's alive when you get back.
Hopefully, I mean,
We'll
see. I guess.
We'll see.
But yeah, I'm excited to see all my girls because I just miss my friends.
I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
Well, are there any friends that you don't miss? in your life?
Wait.
Oh, what? Oh, beep, 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 beep.
Oh, oh my God, we have a breaking update.
That was such
Guys,
a good segue.
We have a Bears update.
Oh
Okay.
my God.
Breaking news.
So this week, the Bears revealed a new orange helmet that they will wear during 2 games this season.
I saw that on Instagram.
And the first game will be against Washington at Soldier Field. The second game is going to be against Dallas at the Cowboy Stadium, right?
And
Right?
guess where?
Right?
Guess where our parents live?
Our poor
Outside of
parents.
Dallas.
Outside of Dallas.
Yeah.
The new look, honestly, fire flames. And my other little note is that it kind of reminds me of a race car. I don't remember why I said that part, but
Lurch.
it looks sleek.
Nice. How do you guys feel about the Bears when they wear their orange uniforms?
I feel similarly to how I always feel about them.
Good.
Great.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't think we'll actually be able to answer that question
Until-
until we get to Soldier Field and we can see them in their orange uniforms.
You're right.
With our own 2 eyes.
We can't answer it until we touch the jersey.
At Chicago Bears.
And think about how cute we would be sporting orange personalized Brant jerseys.
or orange personalized helmets.
No.
Or
Okay.
orange
But we-
personalized ghost nut jerseys.
So your job is
At
to-
Chicago Bears.
How about you guys, if you're seeing this, go to Chicago Bears on Instagram, go to their post of the orange helmet and tag us at your poor dad.
At your poor dad, at your poor dad, at your poor dad.
Please, for the love of God, please, we got to get our dad to
For the
your.
love of God.
Because I have some people talking shit to me about get our poor dad to Soldier Field, so we need to do it.
Okay, and then we'll make a post on our social.
Yeah.
tagging them. Let's tag your poor dad.
We should just tag your poor dad in all of their posts until they're like, okay, who the fuck is your poor dad? And then we're like, it's us.
It's
Here I am.
Here we are.
Okay, you want to meet our poor dad so bad. Here he is.
Do you know who was a bear? Fuzzy Wuzzy. And Jay Cutler.
Yeah. Always bringing it back to the Bears.
Yeah. Always. Anyways.
You
know who was not a friend?
Who?
Our friends we broke up with.
An angry bear.
An angry bear. So this week's theme
scares me.
Scary for me as well because I'm a people pleaser. So we're talking about friendship breakups. And I would say like we've had very good models of female friendships in our lives because our grandmother has, well, may she rest in peace.
God rest her soul.
She had a lot of really close female friendships. And I think she was like such a good role model for us in that way because like her best friend, Betty, they've known each other since like high school. And they like knew each other till the day she died. That's actually Paige's middle name. She's named after Betty. And then she just had like a lot of really good friends that were always around and that were like, you know, grandma figures to us. And then our mom also has a lot of really good close girlfriends. So, and I think girlfriends are very important, but girlfriends can also be very toxic.
Yeah.
And we've all experienced some toxic friendships.
Absolutely. I haven't had anything as dramatic as you guys because I prefer to disengage.
Yeah, in a different way than me because I don't really engage and then I just end up in the forefront of a friend breakup.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like I don't know what to do. Because I'd prefer to like just phase people out. That's like my ideal way. Okay, let's go with the healthy way to like end a friendship. I think the most healthy way is like unless this person is like actively asking you like, why aren't we friends? Why aren't we friends? Then you have to set a boundary and like be like, hey, I'm not doing this. But my preferred method is just to gently phase them out.
Yeah, that is the preferred method. And the crazy thing to me is when that doesn't work because there are times when people really just dig in there
and they want to know
like,
why. And it's like, why do you want me to say it?
Why?
Do you want me to say it? I don't want to be your friend anymore.
Okay. Do you want me to tell you that you make my life a living hell? I'm trying not to hurt your feelings because I don't know what else to say besides get the fuck away from me and I never want to talk to you again. Just please leave me alone.
Yeah.
It's so weird to me that
I would never press someone and be like, well, why aren't we friends? Like if somebody is showing me that they don't want to be my friend, I'm going to take that. Like that's actually something I can handle.
Yeah.
It seems like some of the write-ins from our sisters, so there's never any judgment.
Yeah.
Were people on the asking end or the being ghosted end. The
ghost nuts end.
Yeah.
Okay, so should we go? So I have like a funny friend breakup first.
Okay.
Tell
and
me.
it's very light and it's not really a breakup because we got back together. But in high school, so one of my she was my best friend. She still is my best friend. I don't know why I said it like that. But Lisa is my best friend and she and I were also best friends in high school. And we got into a fight in high school and it was over something so stupid because in our friend group, one of our friends cheated on our friend's boyfriend. How do I say this? There were two girls in our group and one of the girls boned the other one's boyfriend.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it was very scandalous at the high school. Like everyone was talking about it. And I was on the side of like, I don't care that much. And I still hung out with the girl who did the
cheating.
Yeah.
The mistress,
adulteress.
if you will.
Yeah. And Lisa was like, no, that is wrong. We can't
be on that side.
We can't be on that side, honey. She did wrong to our friend.
She did wrong.
And I
She
said,
done wronged her.
Lisa, it ain't none of my business. And she said, well, we're going to make it our business because we're not talking to her.
Because we're in Texas and we make it our business.
And she said, hey, I don't agree with that. And I said, well, shit. I don't know. So then she got mad at me and I probably handled it in a very like passive way where I kind of just like blew her off.
Yeah, you probably
something.
just like didn't handle it.
I didn't want to be a part of that situation. Now I don't want to be a part of this situation anymore.
Yeah. So then back in the day, there's this thing called MySpace where you had a top 8 that showed like all of your top 8 friends. And then you had like, I think it was 12 pictures that you could post. And I'm in a lot of Elisa's pictures because we're best friends. But so she cut me out of every single picture, then re-uploaded them, and then took me off her top 8, which was like the biggest like, fuck you. And then I was like, oh shit. I think we didn't talk for like 2 weeks, which is a big deal in high school world. High school. Because we parked next to each other. All of our best friends were in the same friend group. And then I remember she came over to the house and she was like, we're gonna talk. And I was like, I'm sorry, I just like we like had it out. And she's like, okay. And I was like, will you put me back on your MySpace? And she was like, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I know. But it was just funny because like I feel like we were like, I'd like to think we're an iconic friend duo in high school. So it's like for us to like have a tiny breakup was just rocked the world.
Yeah.
Did you guys do it for the publicity?
It kind of sounds like
oh my
it.
God,
We kinda
Lisa
did.
took Jade off her top 8.
Yeah. I think knowing now what I know, what is that? How do you say
If
that?
I knew then what I know now.
Then that was good publicity.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been a good PR stunt. So yeah, I think we did.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
Okay, so I had one. I'll make this one like pretty quick, but
Okay.
so me and a group of girls became really fast friends.
That's a
And
red flag.
we connected from work, and we all didn't have the exact same interests, if you will, but the interest we did have was happy hour. Okay, so that's how we all
Drinking.
became friends. Anyways, so outside of the happy hour, there was a girl that liked to hang out with a group of people that like wasn't really my vibe. So no judgment at all, and you can call me if you ever need anything, right? If you ever find yourself in, a bit of trouble.
Yeah.
Well, one of the other girls also started hanging out with her and her group of friends. Everything was fine until one day the girl gets a little jealous because the other friend was starting to get more attention from this group, right? Mm-hmm. So they're paying more attention to her. And instead of just calling me and saying, hey, we're like over at this house, can you come pick me up because I need a ride kind of situation?
Yeah.
And like this person's getting more attention than me and like I'm just feeling jealous and whatever. Instead of that, she makes up this big elaborate story that makes me think that my friend is in some kind of danger, right?
Right.
And I say, do I need to call somebody? Like, is she okay? And she said, no, you should call somebody. So I did. I called somebody, and that somebody was the police. And the police,
The one number she could remember.
and the thing is,
911.
and I didn't have any information. Okay, so I call the police and I say, I think my friend is in trouble. And they don't know. I can't give them any other information. I say, well, the friend that is telling me this is inside this house, and I'm sure as hell not going in there if someone's in trouble,
Yeah.
you need to get here. So they come with police cars, fire trucks, and ambulance because they did not know the situation they were getting in. Fast forward to the police officers go into the house, and guess what? There was no situation. No one was hurt. No one was in trouble. The girl was just upset that the friend was getting the attention that she was wanting. And so she's in my car. The police officer comes to talk to me and he says, hey, you need to come here. And he tells me that she made up the whole story. And so I get back in my car and I say, hey, did you make all this up? And she says, yeah. And I said, okay, I'm going to take you home. And then we never talked again.
Oh
That's such a specific person that's like, yeah, I did make that up. I'd be like, no, I really thought something was happening.
Yeah.
Right?
You should probably try to double down at that point.
Yeah,
I
it's
feel like when
I
you-
completely misunderstood the situation.
Yeah.
I thought they were mixing the roofies now. Like I was like being proactive about this.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, no, that was wild.
Wasn't our poor mom mixed up in that situation? Because I remember
Yeah,
the
'cause-
city that they were in that you ended up going to, and we were gonna intervene.
Well, yeah, because I called our poor mom because I said, hey, I've never been in a situation like this before. What do I do? And she said,
911.
well, if this is a serious situation, you don't enter the house just in case. You don't know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
You don't know these people. And if it's serious, you call the police. So that's when I told that girl, I said, is this serious? Do I need to call somebody? Do I need to call the police? And she said yes. And then that's the craziest thing. I feel like if anyone, even if I was making up a story to be a little more dramatic, and if you came to me
you embellishing a story to be a little more dramatic?
Right. But if one of you said, hey, should I call the police? The moment you bring up calling the police, I am 100% going to say, you know what? Actually, it's kind of not that bad. I'm going to start backpedaling.
Yeah, and the girl's like, yeah, call the police.
She says, you should do that.
Do it.
And I'm going to do that for my friend if she's in trouble, but she wasn't.
Yeah.
So that was the kind of,
that's
no
a good one
offense, that's like some crazy that I don't need in my life.
Yeah, that's
and,
when you just ghost the friend and never talk to them again.
Yeah. That was wild.
I had a friend break up that I'm very careful to talk about, and I don't want to offend any of my friends. If you're listening, please don't hate me.
I mean, me either. I love my friends.
So we had like a crew back in the day, and there was like a bunch of couples in this crew, and we were all kind of getting married at the same time. And one of the guys had a bachelor party, and of course, it's like the biggest bachelor party. There's like 1 million people on this trip. And what are the guys talking about? Getting strippers. And I'm of the belief, like, I'm not really too worried about strippers. Like, I'm just not triggered by them. And what?
You might be.
You're not triggered by your male partner.
You're triggered by strippers.
Stripper.
I'm not triggered by strippers.
You're triggered by male strippers attending your...
yeah. I'm triggered by male
events.
strippers, but like I'm not offended if my partner wants to go to a strip club.
Right.
I think it's like kind of lame, like, but whatever. If you want to do it, that's fine. Because I think the girls are like looking at you like you're lame.
Yeah,
you know?
they're not interested. The dancers are not interested in the men that go there. So it's like, all right,
Well,
cool.
especially
This
for
is
a-
very transactional.
Yeah.
Especially for a bachelor party.
Yeah,
it's like, okay.
oh, you guys are like
So-
really. You think
so
this is
original.
the coolest thing that you're ever gonna
Yeah.
do? Like, ooh, this is so cool. So I wasn't really worried, but there was a girl in the group, and she was kind of like super anxious about it, and then it was kind of making other people more anxious about it. So then the consensus was like, okay, the guys can't get strippers, and I was like, okay, whatever, I don't care. So the guys go on the trip, and oh my God, they were perfect angels. They did not get strippers at all. Like, how nice of them. And it was-
Respectful.
yeah, so respectful kings. They all come back, and I'm like, did you get strippers? And he's like, no. I'm like, oh, wow, that's crazy. So the next weekend, we were on the bachelorette party, and one of the girls goes, man, it was so cool. The guys had such a like low-key weekend. And it's crazy, they only went to a strip club. And everyone's head was like, what? Because like, so we had said no strippers at all. And they said, okay, that means we can go to a strip club.
Like, we can't have them at the house,
But we
we can go
Yes.
to the gentleman's club.
That's what we thought. So then everyone's like, excuse me. And then everyone's like out in the hallway.
I'm about to call you back.
Why'd you lie to me? And they're and everyone's like, okay. And so the whole trip has this dark cloud over it because like all of our boyfriends lied to
Wait, okay, I'm just like laughing because I can think of, you know, when you're at a party and like a couple's like silently fighting. I like see
Everyone's like
the girls like angrily texting, or they're on the phone. They're like, "What the fuck you said? Like you said that." Like,
and you just hear
kind of like, you're kind of smiling, but it's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you when I get
yeah,
home.
and we're all stuck in this room, and like all of us are looking at this girl like, really, the minute we get into the room, like, you have to drop this news. And she had no idea. Like her boyfriend was the only one to tell the
She's
truth.
in like a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, we went to a strip club.
So then we go the whole weekend thinking they just went to the strip club. I'm pretty sure this is how it went down. So then we like all get home and everyone's texting and somebody's like, they actually also got strippers at the house. And I was pissed because I was like, why would you lie to me? We are supposed to be getting married. Like, this is me and my partner. And I'm just like at it. And it's just pissing me off because he keeps blowing me off. He's not validating my feelings at all. He's not understanding how the lie is more.
Well, yeah, because at that point, it's not about the strippers.
Yeah,
it's
it was never about the strippers for me.
You lied and you kept lying about it.
Yeah. So then I was like, why are you doing this? And of course, I'm like 26, I think, or 27, and I'm just getting angry and I'm yelling. I don't know how to communicate. I'm a dumbass at this point. So he was like, calm down. And I was like, I am just enraged. And he's like, you're only mad because you're letting this girl get you mad. And let me just preface this. Me and this one girl became very fast friends, which is how it always starts. And I said, hey, you know what? There's an apartment right next door to me that's for rent. You should move there.
Oh.
And we share a wall. And the wall is paper thin. So we can hear each other's conversations.
I like when I piece together your guys' stories from the clues because we try to be a little bit vague. I know what we're talking about now.
So
welcome.
Welcome to the story. And so the girl who was like the most anxious about the strippers is now living right next door to me with her boyfriend, who was also on the trip and who was giving her all the information, which then led me to have the blow up. So are we all like there?
We're there.
Yeah. So I'm like angry, and my boyfriend, who was an Aries, so he's very passionate. He said, you're just mad because you're letting a server with daddy issues get you riled up. Which is actually the meanest fucking thing you can say. Because it's like, what does that have to do with the conversation? It has nothing to do with the conversation.
Ooh.
And like, what does her job have to do with it? What does anything have to do with it?
And no offense, but like, who are you to like pass judgment on anyone
And
else?
also like, exactly. So that was a very, very mean thing. I do not stand by what he said. I just want to preface that. But
he's next door, and you guys share a wall.
Minutes later, I get a little text that said, hey, can you come over? We need to talk. And my stomach fell out of my butt. Oh, no. And let me just preface. She was also a bridesmaid at my wedding at this point. So I felt really bad because I was like, I don't feel that way about her. But she just heard him say that clearly. So I go over there and I'm just like, I am sorry. Like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. So I just apologized, and she was like, I don't think I can be in your wedding anymore. And I was like, okay, like, understandable.
Yeah,
why would you want to be in a wedding with this asshole? Like, look at the shit he says. Like, well, I should probably not marry him.
That guy sucks.
That guy. I'm gonna marry him and then divorce him. I'll show him. Yeah.
Just wait, you.
Yeah, so I felt really bad about that breakup because not only was it like, it was something that was brewing.
Layers.
It was like an onion.
It was an ogre.
It was an ogre. And it was like both of us were in, actually, I couldn't see it was Mark's fault, honestly.
Yeah.
Mark. But yeah, it gave me such a pit in my stomach. Man, in my heart, because it's like that is so mean to say, and it's like, it wasn't me, but like, how do you come back from that, like, of hearing somebody's partner say that about you? Well, and I was begging Mark to apologize, and he was like, I'm not apologizing. And I was like, that's a really mean thing to say. And for me, like, I would have apologized because I would have realized, like, I hurt somebody's feelings. Like, that's not okay. I don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. I said it in the moment of passion, but he was like, no. He doubled down on it. So that's what really just put the nail in the coffin with that. And I'm very sorry, but it was...
Sorry.
Yeah, that's a friendship ender. Mm-hmm. That's a doozy.
It was.
You know what? Hey, cheers.
Cheers. We made it out. And she is doing just fine with that same boyfriend now that he's a husband.
Congrats.
I never had like a big like friendship breakup like blowout kind of thing. but I did try to induce one.
That's maniacal.
No, it was very, it's the most like confrontational I've ever been.
Okay,
probably.
we'll get on with it.
All right, tell
All
us.
right. It was in high school, which is why I'm not confrontational anymore. I learned my lesson.
I don't know when you were ever confrontational.
Well, I wanted to talk to my friend to get the details, but because I don't remember. But I do know that I texted the girl that was mean on my best friend's behalf, and I said, "You are a heartless, arrogant bitch, and you need to like back off." But then those two kept being friends through high school, and I was like, "All right." Now I said all my mean words that I could say for all of high school.
You knew 3 mean words: heartless, arrogant, and bitch, and you put them all in
I
one
used
text.
them all.
Yeah.
You know?
And this is a good example of like why you shouldn't fight other people's fights.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I didn't have any fights of my own to fight.
But you're like, I think I'm gonna test this fighting thing out.
I think this is a good one to use it for, and I don't think it was.
Okay, guys, we are now going to do some of your listener stories.
For the first time.
For the first time ever, we did not record this 3 other times.
First of all, my sisters are liars, Camille, and this has been a really long night. It's been a long night. This is absolutely the 3rd time we're recording these listener stories.
This is
so
absolutely unacceptable. And if you guys can see my feet,
and it's all Jade's
please
fault.
Put
So
me on
everyone,
footfinder.com.
please blame Jade for everything that happens.
Hashtag blame Jade. Who else is there to blame? It's so easy to blame her.
It's never Bailey. It's always Jade.
Exactly. And
Also-
you know what? Jade can take it on the chin. Hey, Nick.
Yeah.
If you're not doing anything constructive, can you give me an on deck? You can go. He's gonna get just some. Do you mind?
Do you like those?
I do.
He hates those. He tried one the other day, and
Well, he poured it into a clear glass.
Does that?
And Bailey and I are thinking he made some tea and that he's being really healthy and just drinking a tea in the morning. And then he finally says, grab that Onda from him.
Oh, he's trying to do some product placement. I think Styx really wants to make his debut.
Look, I think Styx, we definitely need Styx on the podcast really
Let us know if
soon.
you want Styx to help us read the stories.
Yeah. Do you guys want... Is there a Styx emoji?
There's
Probably
logs.
a stick.
Let me...
There's logs.
Logs. Okay. Let me look and...
I think there's like drumsticks.
A drum. Do the drum emoji. Okay, let's get this
All
fuck
right.
on.
Oh, thank you, Jade, for keeping us on our time frame.
Abreast.
Yes, just drum.
Do the drum emoji.
I met one of my best friends freshman year of college. We rushed the same sorority and became inseparable. We spent every single day and night together, going out and hanging out. Not a lot of people liked her and told me not to get close to her, but
That's a red flag.
Red flag.
But I defended her to everyone, all caps.
Good loyal girl. No, just let him go.
One night in college, I called my best friend, bawling my eyes out because my ex-boyfriend was in town and his location was in the girls' dorms. We had been in a relationship for 2 years and had only broken up 2 weeks ago.
Yikes, that's rough.
She answered my call right away, and I asked her to go look in the hallways to go see.
It was her. Oh my God, it was her. Oh my God.
And I asked her to go look in the hallways to see if she could see my ex because his location was in her specific dorm building.
Can't find him anywhere. I've looked at up and down.
Wait a
poor
second.
girl-
It's so lucky that
poor
my
girl-
best friend
Yes.
is there. I'm so glad I have a
She
girl.
thinks that she has a real one to look out for her. Oh, I
Bitch.
hate it.
Well, unfortunately, she said she didn't see him. And then
She's
can't-
like, I can't.
Marco.
she can't see him in the hallway because he's in her bedroom.
He's not in the hallway. That's for damn sure. And he's not in Sally's room?
He's not
Or
in the
Mary's
lobby. Not even Vicky's room.
Oh no.
She came over to watch me cry over this mystery girl. Come to find out, 6 months later,
She
that
came
mystery
over?
girl was my... Oh, she came there and held her while she was crying. She said, "Oh my God, I can't believe your boyfriend was there.
Psycho.
I'm gonna comfort you." She came over and held me while I cried, acted like nothing was wrong, and continued to hang out with me every single day and act like nothing was wrong. People had told me that they saw them two together, but I didn't believe anyone and just said they might not have known what my ex-boyfriend looked like. So
That's a weird thing to say.
I don't know what he looks like. Here's a picture.
No, people are saying, "Hey, your ex was spotted with your best friend," and she says, "You just must not know what he looks like."
because it's so psychotic, it kind of makes sense that she was like, "Oh no, this must be a mistake."
She had to deny it for herself.
She was in denial. So I asked her about it politely, and she lied and lied and lied. And I told her I wouldn't be as mad if she just told me the truth. And she said, "I'm telling you the truth."
Liar.
I confronted her
That's
about
what a liar would say.
I confronted her about lying, and she never answered me and was posting things all over social media. So I then unadded her, and we have yet to speak all summer, and we're living together in college next year.
Oh no.
You can't.
You can't live with her.
You have to have a new roommate.
That's why I titled this one, "Girl, You in Danger."
You in danger, girl.
You're in the jungle, baby, and you're gonna die.
Okay, but here's the thing. Why should our sister, what's her name?
Anonymous.
We don't know her. Anonymous. Why should she have to find a new spot?
Because that other girl is psychotic, and she is going to continue this behavior for the rest of her life.
Sometimes it's better just to disengage.
Sometimes I'd be like, you need to find a new home.
And she would say, "No, she would gaslight the shit
And
out of her."
you would say, "No, I'm not confrontational. That's why I don't have the friendship breakups," you know?
I'm so sorry. That really sucks. And she's a really shitty friend. And I'm telling you, you've got to get out of there.
But what if she has no other options? It's so hard to find new places to live at a lot of schools. Like at Purdue, there was like no options if you didn't sign a lease at a certain time.
And that's fair. If you can find any random roommate, I think that'll be better than this situation.
I think you need to get like, here's what I would do. I would get all the other roommates on the same page, and I would be like, and I wouldn't do it in a way where it's like we're all going to gang up on her.
What
just
other
like,
roommates?
I just assume they live in a 4-man.
Why do you assume that?
Because everyone lives in a 4-man.
It might just be them two.
Oh, then that's worse.
That's what I'm
you
thinking.
in danger, girl.
You in danger. You need to get out of there.
Okay, yeah, just listen to them. They went to therapy
Please.
more.
If, actually, write us in with a follow-up.
Yeah, we need to follow. We need to know what's the living situation like, what the other friends are like, because I think you need to start playing chess. This girl's playing checkers. She's just like fucking your boyfriend. You need to get everyone to hate her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or just also let us know if you're able to get out of your lease and into a new place, and if not,
Always find some way to take your lease if it's a college town, you know?
Yeah, but more importantly, you should probably find a way to make everyone hate her.
Well,
you should just
I wasn't going to read this part of the email, which is why I blocked it off.
Oh, okay.
oh well, shit.
But there is some additional information that you guys might want to know.
Okay.
I feel like this is important.
Well, I bracketed it and said, "Uh-oh."
Okay.
It said, "Also, nothing ever happened between them two because I was blowing up both their phones and they realized they probably shouldn't. That's an upside, but it's the fact that they were in her room about to, and Lord knows what would have happened if my psycho self didn't blow up their phones freaking out.
Sounds like me.
As soon as I called them, he ran out and knew he shouldn't be there, and she was the one initiating everything and took him back to her dorm. She is yet to apologize, or she has yet to talk to me or apologize for any of this 2 months later."
Screw her.
Like, fuck that girl.
Fuck that
There's
girl.
a lot in there.
Like, if as my stepsister, I'm gonna fuck this girl up for you. I need a name. I need a location because
No, we
this
don't.
is
Okay, no.
Legally-
She's
legally-
kidding. She's
legally,
kidding.
we don't.
just kidding.
She's kidding.
That was pre-therapy page that just
That she was
popped
role
out.
playing as
Yeah, I was-
pre-therapy page. She's not doing
I
that.
was clearly just triggered. Pre-therapy page was
I
triggered.
think we need to go to the next.
Okay.
Yeah,
letter.
I'm sorry. Just good
Are we
luck.
back? Are we back?
Good luck.
Let's come back to the present.
Okay, we're good.
Okay. All right. Here I go.
All right.
Okay.
Any second now.
Okay.
This person titled this letter to us, "Bitches Be Crazy."
They do.
They be like that sometimes.
It all started freshman year of high school.
We bad like that.
It all started freshman year of high school. I just graduated, so it just happened. I came from a very small middle school, 8 kids in my class. Eight kids in her middle school class.
Our family is almost. Oh my god. Okay, never mind. Go on.
So when it came time to go to high school, no one was enrolled at my high school. So she went to middle school, and then they're supposed to break off to other high schools, and she was the only one.
Where does she live? Antarctica?
So she had an entire
It
high
probably-
school to herself.
Well, so my first year was off to a bad start. At my school, we always had a freshman hike. This is where I met.
Always.
So
I thought she
do
was
you-
the first one.
No, she was just a class of one.
One
Her year.
or does that mean that of the 8 students, none of them went to the high school she went to? Like all
Correct.
7 went somewhere else.
Yeah.
But she wasn't the only singular person at the high school. That's what I thought.
She was not the pioneer creating high school.
That's what I thought.
That's what I thought too.
She was just the only alumna.
So she didn't know anyone.
Right.
And
yeah.
there was no one to know in her whole grade. She was the
so
only
she
freshman.
was the only. That's what I'm saying. So I'm thinking like ISMS and KMS go together.
Wait, I'm sorry. So when it came, I also had to edit this one a lot because it didn't make a lot of sense.
I think that she just
So when
her
it
middle
came
school-
time to high school, no one went to the school I was going to.
Yeah. So
Okay,
no,
okay,
so-
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
okay, go on.
Okay. Okay.
She's the pioneer.
She's got all those teachers to herself.
I just picture a full school full of teachers, and there's
And they're all just waiting for her class period.
and she's like the shining of high school. Okay, go on. Sorry.
So my first year was already off to a bad start. At my school, we always had a freshman hike. This is where I met Kathy. Kathy and I were introduced on this hike, and that was the beginning of our friendship. Kathy was my best friend. We always hung out. I loved her, obviously in a friendship way, not sexual. Thank you for clarifying. But anywho, we did everything together at school. I was always
She taught me how to dangle, and I.
He taught her how to dangle.
She taught me how to read, and I taught her how to dangle.
Oh my God.
Okay, sorry, that was a Forrest Gump reference. We're not making fun of you. Let's go.
I was always there for her and her boy troubles, and she was there for me as well, teaching me how to dangle.
We were like peas and carrots.
Okay, fast forward to junior year. I got together with my boyfriend at the end of my freshman year, and everything was great until junior year.
It always is.
My boyfriend and I were on a break, and
Yeah,
let's
they
just
always
say
are.
he was trying to fill the void of me being gone. So he got with Kathy's friend. We will call her Sarah. My boyfriend and Sarah were just casually
Sarah.
getting together, and you know, ... Anyway, when I told Kathy, my best friend, what was happening between my boyfriend and Sarah, she stayed up with me and she was there for me when I found out what was going on. And I went crying to her, calling Sarah a bitch, and I hate her, and I wasn't thinking straight. And she knew we were practically together. Her and her boyfriend were practically together. But anyways, while I was going off about Sarah to Kathy, she was just like, oh, wow, I can't believe that. And I mean, I'm not proud of it, but I was calling Sarah some pretty mean stuff.
That's okay.
But this is where it gets good.
Was Kathy actually Sarah?
This bitch sent me a picture of her with Sarah, and they were both smiling. And I lost it.
Why?
Sounds like she's stirring the pot.
It sounds like when my friends uninvited me to a Boys Like Girls concert, and then they called me on the phone during the concert just to like play it because I wasn't there, and mom was like, stop answering the phone.
Okay, go on.
Well, then a year later, she reached out to me saying she was sorry, and the only reason she was friends with me was because she needed someone to be there for her.
Bitch.
Which kind of makes sense if there's only like 8 people in the school.
Yeah.
This is kind of a survival friendship, you know? I needed someone to be there for me.
And like, you can't go making enemies in a school that small.
Yeah.
You have no one else.
You need an enemy and you need a friend, and sometimes you have to find it in the same person. This girl literally only used me so I would be sympathetic over her when everyone else left her. Long story short, that didn't make me feel very good.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And I was very upset, but all I said was that that's in the past. But I cannot be your friend after what you did to me, and that I didn't deserve it.
You didn't deserve it.
That is all. Really hope this makes it into the podcast. That would be just amazing. Anyways, I love you guys.
Wait, we love you. And I think that was a perfect way. Like, hey, that's in the past, but
That was a really nice thing that you did, and she did not deserve that your kindness.
fuck that girl.
Fuck that girl. You know what? Tell me where she lives.
We're just kidding.
You're my stepsister too.
We're just
okay?
kidding.
Just
We don't want to know.
kidding. But I'm kidding.
That's the healthier way of
She's role
ghosting.
playing what old Paige would say.
I'm kidding.
And she would never do that now.
What should we call old Paige?
Pre-therapy page. Pre-therapy page.
PTP?
Maybe
Yeah.
we just get a shirt that says pre-therapy.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Can I just read that first one?
You can try.
I'm fucking feeling it.
This
Let's
one
go.
has a lot of characters.
Tiger, you ready? He's ready.
Hi, pretty girls.
Hi.
Hi, and thank you.
Thank you so much. You think we're pretty?
Love the pod.
You're welcome.
It's totally fine if this doesn't make the podcast,
It
but
is.
it's fucked. And I could write a literal book about these few months of my life, but I'm going to keep it short and sweet for you guys.
Okay.
We love that.
Okay, so basically, I was bartending one night and my lash artist came in with one of her friends to get drinks. I knew this girl from softball in high school. Her name is Emily. Go ahead and use and keep her real name. I don't care.
Emily.
And we all ended up hanging out all the time. The second time hanging out with Emily, she dropped a bomb on me by saying she only had a year left to live.
What?
Is she gonna be okay?
Why?
I think we have to find out.
What happened?
Well, she explained to me how she had brain cancer and there was nothing they could do to save her.
Brain cancer.
So even though I just met her, I was determined to give this girl the best year of her life.
Wow, that is very nice of you for somebody you just met.
My friends and I hung out with her every single day for 3 months straight. Every week, she would take us all individually into a room to tell us how she was and what was happening with her cancer.
Why?
It got to the point of her telling
Jade,
us,
it's your turn. Come in.
All right, everyone, it's your turn.
we're all in the waiting room. You're next.
Yeah.
It got to the point.
Bailey's on deck.
Bailey's on deck. It got to the point of her telling us how they were going to say goodbye to her in the hospital, what her funeral was going to be like, and her time to live kept getting shorter
So
and shorter.
clearly Emily does not have cancer. We're all, she's setting the stage.
You said it, but I was thinking it.
Yeah. And she's like, so what do you guys think my funeral will be like?
I'm laughing because I've read this and you guys are on.
I just have to say that me and my friend in high school used to, while we were driving, talk about if we just crashed a car right now and died, like I wonder who would come to our funeral.
Were you guys like doing like little, you know, like on TikTok how they're like,
Okay, first of all, we would never. We would be way too scared to like jerk the car.
Yeah.
We were like, we could crash into that tree right now, and then like if we died, like who do you think would come to our funeral?
Everyone.
That in itself is really a weird thought to have, but that's also very different than what this girl's doing.
yeah, I have
It's
some ideas about this.
kind
girl.
of in the same vein of what this girl is doing.
But at least me and my friend were like the only people in the car, and we were like in it together. I wasn't like, she's in for a treat. You know what I mean?
Maybe, well,
All right,
okay.
let's go.
Her time to live kept getting shorter and shorter, as time does. She would write us letters. She would write us letters saying how much she loved us and was going to miss us. We were all devastated. After a while, we all kind of started getting skeptical because she didn't seem to be getting any sicker. She was driving, working 2 jobs, and going to school.
Like, why do you need to go to school and work 2 jobs if you have like 3 months to live?
What are you learning about?
Just live your life.
Until
Like,
you
I would
can't.
be doing some like fun shit. Not like working 2 jobs.
Well,
Yeah.
she's driving. That's fun. But when someone tells you they have cancer, you're not going to think they're lying.
True.
Fair.
One night, my best friend and I were talking about it, and we both came to the conclusion that Emily might not have cancer. But neither of us wanted to say it and look like awful people.
Yeah, you can't be the person that's like, well, unless you're Megan King Edmonds, then you can.
Yeah, we all know Megan King Edmonds.
Real Housewives of Orange County.
Oh.
Girth Brooks, Vicky Gumbelson.
Oh.
Right. We were all thinking about her.
Well, just like in that case, I'm sure, nothing was adding up.
Nothing.
So we got all 6 of our friends that knew about Emily's cancer together, and we started comparing the stories she told us. We all had different stories and information. Like, what the fuck kind of person are you to lie about having cancer, and how are you supposed to confront someone about that? So, from what I knew, she had 3 tumors in the back of her head, and she had 4 months to live. I was getting my eyelashes done, and she came in while I was getting them done. And
She loves getting her lashes done.
I think she likes to brag about having a lash artist.
I know, because like, that's an expensive thing.
And
So
like,
she's probably like a bougie girly.
and I say good for you, and I would like to do that one day.
Me too.
Anyway, my lash artist asked how she was doing. Emily proceeded to say, "I'm great. I still only have that 1 tumor on top of my head and everything's fine."
She's like, I thought you said you had 3 tumors in the back of your head.
Liar!
I was fuming on that table.
But she
Although
was like,
probably having to stay still. She's like,
and her eyes are
"Lord, help
closed.
me."
And she's like, her eyes twitching. She's like,
No, it's like, she's like,
she's adding up the
she's like doing the math in her head.
1
She's like,
tumor minus 3 tumors, -2.
I thought you said on the top of your head and just on the back of your head.
she's lying.
All right.
I waited until after my appointment and then confronted her. Obviously, she had to get her lashes placed.
Right.
She lied to my face again, saying that she had the 3 tumors still and didn't know why she said she only had 1. This was over a year ago, and homegirl is doing just fine. No cancer. She's gone through like 4 new groups of friends. She was lying. It was like she got off to us crying and giving her all this attention. Anyway, that was traumatizing, and we are definitely no longer friends. Not a friendship breakup I'm sad about.
What a fucking liar, Camille. First of all. Second of all, you know what was going through my head the whole time this was happening?
What?
Do I need to tell a guy that I have cancer?
Are you fucking kidding me?
So they will love me forever.
Get the fuck out.
Probably not.
I'm just kidding.
I will say that.
I'm just kidding.
Everybody, if you match with Jade and she tells you that she has cancer, she's a fucking liar, Camille, and do not trust her.
So if you see me on like the dating apps, not Zate, I would never do this on Zate, but if I'm like, why don't you make these last 4 months amazing with me?
All right.
Take
The
me on a
only way
trip.
you're allowed to ever say that because, you know, it's pretty fucked up, is you have to actually shave your head and then you can.
Actually, that's fucking fair.
Okay, never mind.
Well,
I can't shave my head with this head of hair. It's too good. It's all I have
Well, for now.
for now.
That's why you don't.
You
fake
better knock
cancer,
on
you
wood.
Fucking psycho.
Okay, so Emily's a psycho.
Yeah, I'm
And
really
so
sorry that-
are you apparently
I'm
on
joking.
the edge,
I'm
teetering.
joking.
I'm joking.
Teetering.
But call me.
I'm really sorry that you had to go through such a. That would be traumatizing. Like thinking that
Your
one of your
friend?
best friends has cancer is. I can only imagine how I would feel. Just like, oh my gosh, I want to do anything and everything to like be with this person, make their last like few
But
months
also,
like happy.
why did you guys get so close to her? Never mind.
Well,
because they're
because
young.
Young. They're young.
that's like, talk about becoming like fast friends. It's
That's a
like,
red flag.
uh-oh,
I think
this is
the-
a short-term investment.
The main point to take away in this whole episode is that do not become best friends with people. Don't become best friends with. I've had a million ondas because we've been
become
recording since 7.
And it's now
Yeah, don't become fast friends with people. Make them work for it.
And like just like get to know somebody. We should be getting to know people in all aspects of our life instead of just like becoming so close so quickly.
Because friends are still
A
kind of like a relationship.
Yeah.
And so if you're going to have your partner be going through, you know, these processes of do I like this? Do I not like this? We need to have the same.
And we need boundaries. Have boundaries with people. Set your boundaries. You say, you know what? I don't need to be hanging out every single night of the week.
But she has cancer.
Just because you have cancer, like I have to live my life too. I have something going on.
You're lucky you have a life to live.
Yeah, and I'd say, I know. I know.
I just could see myself getting sucked into that situation too.
of course.
Yeah.
And
I
I'm
could
really
see it.
sorry
Yeah.
that you got sucked in by
Emily.
an untruthful son of a bitch. Let's do one more.
No.
Oh,
The last
why?
one,
The last
I
one?
thought I was going to be, look, I have notes at the top.
Okay, so let's not do it.
How long is it?
This many.
I think you got it.
All right. Hi, sisters.
Hi.
Hi.
I actually cry of laughter when I listen, so truly thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Thank you for crying.
You're welcome for crying.
Thank you.
I certainly have a friendship breakup story.
Sister.
She's making fun of you. This is a true sister.
Brent, sister. Sister.
Loser. Okay. Anyways.
Okay. She's
You're
embarrassed.
horrible. You're annoying because they don't know what you're talking about.
They know.
They don't. At the end of the episode with Jordana from Betches, I said, thanks for being a fourth Brant sister. And then I go, and then under my breath, I correct myself and I say sister. And
Sister.
it's embarrassing. So thank you. So that's the inside joke. She's trying to leave you guys out of the inside joke. I would never leave our fourth Brant sisters out.
believe me, they know.
Well,
they
now
heard
that-
it.
Okay, just get on with the show.
Hi, sisters.
Good morning.
I actually cry of laughter when I listen, so truly thank you for your service. LOL.
Love you.
I certainly have a friendship breakup story. In high school, I had 2 best friends. One of my friends, Susan, went to school in Mississippi, so my other friend, Kelsey, who I hung out with. I had a very traumatic year at college and was excited to go home and hang out with Kelsey all summer. As soon as I picked her up from the train station, she mentioned to me that she is seeing someone and is going to hang out with them that night.
Nice.
I hadn't seen Kelsey in a few months, so I was pretty pissed.
Oh,
She's
trying to get it in.
Well, the writer had just suffered 3 separate traumas and really just needed her best friend. But she was with her loser boyfriend all summer.
All summer?
This is when I lost her as a friend.
Oh.
She became a completely different person and acted like a Stepford housewife. Not the friend I knew and loved. Parentheses, not that I don't love a good Stepford housewife.
Not Terry Hatcher.
Wink.
Nicole Kidman. That's a Stepford housewife. You're talking about a desperate housewife. Those are different.
Her mom even started putting her on prenatal vitamins just in case.
What?
Well, honey, you're in the South. That's just how we do it.
You don't know where she is.
She said Mississippi.
Oh,
Midnight Mississippi.
Midnight, Mississippi. Oh,
No
they called her
nation.
baby an abomination.
They call me not with those prenatal vitamins.
Oh,
They won't.
that's a good ass baby. Okay. She told me she's going to marry this guy, and I said, that's cool. It's nice that you know who you want to marry, but there's no rush. You know he's your guy, but we're so young, there's no rush to marry him. She responds, oh, no, for sure. We're going to wait a few years for sure. Fast forward to graduation day, and Girly had the cringiest engagement of all time.
Oh, no.
It was posted on Facebook and since deleted, which is heartbreaking. During this time, Susan and I became really close, but Kelsey had decided that Susan isn't really that good of a friend and not much of her priority, quotes.
It's rude.
I wished her a happy engagement and immediately called Susan. She had a long engagement but asked me to be a bridesmaid in a very nonchalant way by just saying, well, you're bridesmaids, so. Not a question, just a statement. She then shared how she was not going to include Susan and not to ask her to be a bridesmaid even though she and Susan had been friends way longer than Kelsey and I had been. Susan was devastated and became a big problem in our 3-person friendship. During that time, I had gone through some scary medical issues, unable to work. So when it came time for details of the bachelorette, I really couldn't afford to participate. I had thousands of dollars in medical bills to pay, so her bachelorette wasn't my top priority.
Fair.
Her maid of honor was a see you next Tuesday and demanded I pay for the Airbnb even though I wasn't going.
What?
Kelsey called me, super condescending, and said, if you need me to cover you, I have no problem doing that until you can pay me back.
Fuck you, Kelsey.
I was like, no, that's actually okay. You girlies just have fun.
That's exact. No, I'm good. You guys have fun, but like not paying you. Suck my ass.
And I'm out. Then she asks Susan to be in her wedding after a year of telling her she couldn't be in it.
After Susan was already not her top priority.
Susan also
Fuck
suffered.
this girl.
Susan also suffered some serious medical issues and wasn't in any condition to attend her bachelorette. Long story short, I told her that I will not be attending her wedding and our friendship is over. I blocked her on everything, and Susan and I didn't go to the wedding. She was a terrible friend, so us not being friends is such a blessing.
Good.
First things I have to say, I hope you and Susan, is that the one we like? We
Yes.
don't like Kelsey. I hope you and Susan are doing better. You both had medical issues. Hope you're feeling better. Second of all, glad you're both not friends with Kelsey. Fuck Kelsey.
We don't like Kelsey. We stand Susan. I hope that everything's good and that they don't have 1 or 3 tumors in their brain.
Like Emily.
Wow.
What a wild ride today was.
This has been
You're not going to publish this
that
episode.
stopped recording.
Thank you so much for listening, and please tell your friends. We would love more stepsisters. We're sorry about all of these audio video issues that we're having, but you know, if you could find it so kindly in your heart to do so, please follow us on Your Poor Dad Pod on Instagram and TikTok, and then you can find us on Apple and YouTube and Spotify, Your Poor Dad. Always write in your stories to us, yourpoordad@gmail.com. It does not matter.
Tell us about the time you had technical difficulties.
No.
It does not matter what the topic is. If you're a new listener and you heard one of our previous topics, still write your story in. Like, we're definitely always going to have those stories. We'll read them at some point. Next week's topic, what do you think it's going to be, guys? Taylor Swift.
Mental breakdowns.
I think we should do embarrassing stuff that happened in school.
Can you talk into your microphone? Can you act
The
like a
cameras
professional
are off
for
and all bets
one?
are off.
Yeah, you can't hear me now. Okay. Yeah.
Should we do toxic family dynamics? Yes, let's do toxic family dynamics.
What does that even get so deep?
What does it mean?
Maybe just like family fights that are funny. We'll tell you about like
Wait, does it mean like I heard a story about like a bride and a groom about to get married and the bride walked in on the groom sucking on the teat of his mother. Like that's a toxic family dynamic.
Okay, write in with your toxic family dynamics.
Okay.
All right, thank you so much for listening.
We're so sorry. All I have to say is
please
sorry.
listen to us so that we can buy a camera.
And I'll put my
Wrap
Venmo.
it up. Wrap it up.
Okay, bye.
Thank you so much for listening. Bye.